Hey you guys, and welcome back to Thick Peach Creations. I am Shaneill. Thank you so much for coming by. So if you guys saw my last video for the month of February, I did the sweatpants, which are over there. I made the sweatpants to this pattern right here. I will leave a link for this pattern down below in the description box. But for the month of March, which I'm putting this, hopefully I can put this video up within a few hours to like 2 days. We are going to do the hoodie part of this video, pattern. Yes, you guys, I had started doing my nails and then I stopped. I'll finish it afterwards. But yeah, we're gonna jump right into doing the sweater. So off the bat, if you guys have never seen my tiny sewing room, which is right here behind me, you guys, I'm currently reworking it and my desk and everything in there. So I'm actually at my dining room table with my sewing machine. I have the Brother SE700, so that's the machine I'm using today. I also have the Singer Confident Quilter that's currently giving me some issues, and I actually just taken it to the shop. So anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into this. I already cut out the pattern. I cut out all the fabric. How many pieces is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 5 pattern pieces to this, and we're gonna go ahead and get this done. All right, y'all, so one tip when you're sewing anything, if you have instructions to something, keep everything together. Like, I can find the instructions, but I figured out how to do this. I tried to go online, basically on YouTube, to see if there's a tutorial. There is not, so I'm kind of doing a tutorial for you guys. So like I said, we're just gonna do the sweatshirt part, which is so I have all my pieces here. I'm gonna show you guys. All right, so I need to move some stuff and then I can explain what's going on here, okay? So this part here, we're gonna go ahead and move this. So I have the back part, which is 2A, this is the back, laying down the pretty side facing towards the table, because I just wanted to lay everything out to make sure I had all the pieces. And then this part here that I'm gonna lay down on top, pretty sides up. This is not how you're going to sew it. This is just how I have it laid out. And this is 1A, because you have to cut this on the fold. I have this laying on top. Now, because I couldn't find my instructions, I was trying to figure out how the sleeves go. I figured that out. So I have one of the sleeves here. Mind you, when you're cutting this out, you want to make sure you cut this out like the sleeves where they mirror each other, if you didn't know that. So here's the other sleeve, and this sleeve is 3A. This will be the front of your sleeve. The other sleeve part is 4A, because the letter B is for the pants, which I already did that already. I'll leave that video linked down below. So I want the pretty side facing the pretty side of A1. And I'm going to, I know I have B underneath here. I mean, number 2, or what number is this? The back side. I'm not worried about the back side. We're just trying to line up the front side with the sleeve. And we're just trying to, this is probably confusing you guys. So let me just move this part. I'm moving B out the way. I mean the back part. The back part of the sweatshirt out the way. I'm laying down the front piece of the sweatshirt right here. I have one part of the sleeve. So this is 3A. And I have the pretty sides facing each other. I'm lining up the, like, what would be the sleeve holes right here in the front, but in the front of the shirt. You guys can see that. You guys probably can't. So I'm lining up the sleeve part along with the seam part of what's going to be the front of the sweatshirt. Now, like all of our grandmothers back in the day, I have a little cookie tin that I'm going to use. I have some pins at the top, and of course, I have the clips underneath. I'm actually going to use the pins to pin this together. Now that I have the front portion, or this is the front, so this here would be 1A, and I have one of the sleeves attached to this, and that sleeve portion is called 3A. I am now going to take this to my sewing machine, sew this down, and then repeat it on the other side with the other sleeve. So I have my width at 3.5 and I have my length at 2.5. I'm gonna leave that exactly how it is. I'm not gonna change anything. Like I said, I am using what kind of presser foot is this? Oh my goodness, a walking foot. Because I realized when doing my pants that it's actually easier to sew this particular fabric with a walking foot. So, and if you guys are curious, I am standing up to sew this because I just wanted to. So let me get my ends together here. And I am gonna do I already have it where my back stitch automatically does it. And I'm gonna go slow because I don't have my foot pedal attached. Okay, it's kind of too fast. So if you're new here, I'm gonna give you a little bit about myself. I am a mom. Take it back. I am a wife first, and I am a mom of 3 boys. I have a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, and a 13-year-old. I love to sew. Yes, I live in a house full of guys. My dog's a guy. You might hear him every now and then in the background. But I love to sew, and my aim is to start creating my own clothes. I'm gonna cut that. And now the front part of my sleeve is attached. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and repeat it on the other side. All right, I have the other sleeve attached. I'm just gonna go ahead and sew that underneath here as well. So we're working on the front of the sweatshirt and the front panels for the sleeve is what we're currently sewing on. And I'm using my walking foot as the gauge to my seam allowance, which it's probably a 1/4 inch that I am using throughout this whole sewing process. So now that I have, this is the front part here, okay, this is the front of my sweatshirt. It's gonna go like this. Okay, this is the front. And I have the first sleeve panel, the front of the panel here, along with this side, just like that. I am now gonna move this out the way. So now I'm gonna work with the B portion, which, well, not the B. I'm gonna work with A2, okay, A2. Says it right here, this is the back. And when you guys are cutting out your pattern, make sure you measure yourself. If you do not have one of these, a flexible measuring tape to measure around your bust or your inseam or your arms, go to Walmart, buy one for $1. Like, even check out the Dollar Tree or whatever dollar store, Dollarama, depending on your country that you're in. I think Dollarama's in Canada. Yeah, I do not know, okay? I'm guessing. Make sure you take your measurements correctly so you know which size to cut out. I purposefully cut mines out big. Well, yeah, on purpose. But anyways, make sure you have a measuring tape. I want this part here. So this one is 4A. That is what we're working on now, 4A. With 2A. We're gonna move this out the way because I want to keep these patterns. And mind you, remember to mirror these when you cut them out. I am going to take the pretty side, get this closer to me first, and I'm gonna line it up with the neckline or the shoulder, which will be the shoulder up here, because this is the neckline. I want the shoulder portion right here at the corner, and I'm gonna start pinning them together. Let me know if you guys can hear me, because I couldn't find my camera, and I'm using my cell phone, but I did not hook up my mic. So, sorry, y'all. So if I didn't tell you guys, the fabric I'm using is the same fabric I used for the pants. Sorry, you guys are just a little too low for me. It's the same fabric I used for the pants, and that would be this fabric here, Juicy Couture, or Juicy Fabric. Juicy Peach, actually, is the name of the color. And this fabric, I found it at Ollie's. The whole bolt was 20 bucks. And this was sold at Joann's, but they had it at Ollie's. So here is the fabric. And it's like that pretty kind of velour or whatever fabric it is, where it's really soft to the touch. If I need to, after I make this sweatshirt, if I need to alter it to make it a little smaller, which I know I'm going to because I'm currently in the process of losing weight, I will show you guys that in another video. All right, so I hope I have the camera tall enough so you can see it. So here is the back. I added the sleeves. Mind you, pretty side to pretty side as you're sewing. And you're only sewing the arm sleeve or the armhole portion. You're not sewing this part to the back part of the shirt or the sweater. So now that I have that done, what I am gonna do, which like I said, I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but I lost my instructions, so we're doing it this way. I am going to move the sleeves up. I'm going to grab A, and I'm going to have the front portion of A facing the pretty side. So the pretty side of A1, which is the front, facing the pretty side of 2A, which is the back. So like this, but I'm gonna move the sleeves up as well. So right now, all I wanna do is line up I'm using my shirt, okay? You wanna line up the side seams of, this is used with a serger. We're not using a serger, we're just using a sewing machine. And I just wanna line up those edges. Just line it up to the best of your ability, okay? Just the best of your ability. That's all I'm asking. So now that I have both edge side seams together, I'm just gonna go ahead. Make sure you have your seams matching up right here when you're, I hope you guys can see this. But the seam here for your shirt, your sleeve and this sleeve are matching up. So match up your seams. And we're just gonna go ahead and slide this underneath my presser foot here. Take out this first one. And I'm gonna start at the seam. And if I can get the camera closer, I'm gonna show you guys my walking foot. So here's my walking foot, you guys. As you can see, there's a little red line back there. And then on the feet here, there's a red line here and a red line here. I'm just lining up the edge of my fabric with this red line, and I make sure my needle is in the center. Make sure you do a back stitch. All right, so as you can see, I have sewn the sides together, both portions of the side down here. And as you can see, the two sleeve sides are completely different sizes, okay? As you can see, this is the front right here. This is 3A, and then this one back here is 4A, okay? 4A, 3A. And 3A is clearly smaller than 4A. So now the next step you want to do, how I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and now pin the sides. And I'm going to do one sleeve at a time. So I'm going to bring you a little closer. I'm going to show you guys what I'm doing. Then I'm going to sew it and then show you what it looks like. Crap, you guys, I just explained how to do this and I was not recording, so let me go back. So this here is the back. This will be 4A and this is 3A. So what I am going to do, as you can see, they are clearly two different sizes. I am going to pin this part down here, which will go underneath your armpit. I'm going to pin it together, sew it, and then this portion up here, which will go on top, we're going to bring them together, edge to edge, sew it all the way up to the top of the shoulder. Right up here, make sure that they're all, even. And then I'm going to sew this all the way up to here. And then I'm going to repeat it on the next side because we just finished sewing the edges of the bottom of the sweatshirt together. And I'm going to repeat it on the other side, and then I'm going to show you what it looks like. All right. So I sewn the sleeves together. I'm going to go ahead and put it on so you guys can see what it looks like. It is still inside out, so the pretty side is still on the inside of the sweatshirt. And I'm just going to put it on so you guys can see it. So basically what I'm doing is trying on what I just made. So you guys cannot see the bottom really, but here is the bottom. This is where it's going to, like, if I think I'm going to cut it so it will kind of like curve down like this. So it'll be longer in the back and shorter in the front. I think I'm gonna do that. That's not how this outfit's supposed to look, but that's what I'm gonna do. Then I'm gonna go ahead and hem these, my sleeves, of course, and I'm going to hem the bottom. Now, mind you, I am altering the bottom part because of how I want it to flow. I want it to go like from here, from my belly button, down like at a V or at a U shape. So it's longer in the back and shorter in the front, okay? So you can leave it just like this and just throw it on, you're good, okay? Because that's how the pattern calls for. But I am going to cut mine, I believe so. But this is the front. Here is the back. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add a tag. My label tag to the back of this sweatshirt because I want to. But yeah, these are the sleeves. Like I said, I have to cut them. I mean, not cut them, I have to hem everything. But before I do any of that, I'm gonna go ahead and add the hood next. So next we're gonna do the hood, which is 5A, and you have to cut 2 pieces of this particular one, just like the sleeves, you had to cut 2 of those. So, like I said, I lost my instructions, you guys. So I am sewing this based off of what it says on the little, that's my dog. What it says on the little notations here on the pattern. Like right here it says center back seam, so I want to make sure I align this with the center back of my shirt. Then there's a little notation right here that says center front, so I want to make sure I line this up with the center front of my shirt. This portion all right here is the hem. I'm saying the hem, but basically, because on here you really cannot see what the hood looks like from how this picture is. But from the back right here, you can see where the stitches are. So it's a pretty thick seam allowance. So I am just going to, and how you cut it and everything, it shows you where you're supposed to fold at. So I am going to do that because this is the facing fold. I'm going to go ahead and measure it. I don't care which end. Okay. So it's about 2 1/4 inches. So I'm gonna get as close to that as I can by folding it down, moving this pattern out the way. My aim is just to make it as even as I can. So I went ahead and I stitched or hemmed the part that's gonna be like covering this part of my face, okay? I went ahead and did that. And I also went ahead and sewn the dart piece, which is this piece here that you're supposed to cut out. I went ahead and basically, let me show you on this fabric, because I haven't done this one yet. As you can see, I still need to hem it. But I went ahead and I just put these 2 ends together like this, and I sewed it together. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to this one, and then we're gonna attach it to the sweatshirt. So next, after I didn't like sew the hood. Oh dang, I forgot a pin. I haven't sewn the hood itself together yet, which I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. Sorry y'all, there might be a lot of camera movement, but it's okay. So now that I did my hood, okay, so my hood is sewn together and all that good stuff. I am gonna find the center point, which I probably should have used invisible or a heat invisible ink or chalk, but I did not do that. So I'm gonna line up the shoulder blades, and then I'm gonna fold this in half and find the center point to the back of this sweatshirt, the center back, which is right here. And then I am going to, I'm gonna get you guys a little closer. So here's my center back that I lined up, and I'm gonna take the center back, the seam here, where from my hood, and I'm gonna line that up as best as I can to that center. So you guys can totally pin it on the outside here. I just did not. I'm actually going to like push my sleeve in, my hood in, and kind of shove it in the hole. I know like how I'm doing this might be confusing. I am so sorry if it is, but I have to kind of move this with myself here. And I'm just gonna keep pinning this all the way around. Okay, so what I did was turn the hood inside out, and I shoved it through the hole, and then I started pinning all the way around. So, and I made sure that the front overlapped just a little bit, and now I'm going to sew it in my sewing machine. And I'm actually going to start with the front here, the front center. I'm gonna slide that underneath my sewing machine and start adding the hood to it. Once I add the hood, I'm gonna go ahead and finish doing off the seams and put the entire outfit on for you guys. All right, you guys, I have finished the sweatshirt. I have my hood on. As you can see, my hood is there. Here is the back of my sweatshirt. Here's the front. I already done hemmed everything. I did shorten, I did shorten the front compared to the back, like just slightly. I really do like how the sweatshirt, sorry, my shirt underneath is like driving me nuts. But yeah, this is the sweatshirt. Here's my hood. As you can see, I'm probably gonna go in, and refinish the edges, but for the most part, like you're supposed to use a double needle when you're making this. I did not, because I didn't feel like pulling it out, but here is my hood. Yeah, I don't think I like how this part is right here because I can kind of see it. So I'm gonna have to fix that. Yeah, and sew that like flat, I think, yeah. But other than that, here is my hood here. And I just have to go and, clip all the little flyaways, but I cut out the right pattern for the sleeves. It's not tight, it's loose. It's meant to sit loose. And here's a sweatshirt. Now, if you want, I will throw on the pants real quick so you can see the pants. All right, so as you can see, I have the sweatshirt on. I do have the pants on from the first video of this. And this is how mind you, this is the same fabric, okay? It's the same fabric. But as you can see, there's the back. I really do like how this whole outfit came together. Now thinking about putting a zipper here, maybe like in a future one if I do this outfit again. But this is how the outfit looks. I like it. Super cute. Super cute. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed this, my very first tutorial, okay? I've never done one, so it's a sew along with me. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you liked about the video and what I could have done better besides not losing my instructions on how to put this together. But it worked out. It worked out a lot. And I actually like it. So, yeah. Let me know what kind of video you guys would like to see, you know, in a future monthly wears video, and I will do my best to get that out to you guys. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye.